Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you today? Welcome to my channel for the new ones. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brunswick Astrology. I'm a modern professional astrologer, practical approach. I like to, put the knowledge into tangible results. Um, Today, I'm here to talk about the upcoming full moon in Libra. Before I start, I have just a few housekeeping things. If you are interested in digging maybe deeper into your natal chart and you already have some knowledge, I am doing an 8-week course. It's going to be personalized beginner's course where we'll go through signs and houses and planets, and we'll talk about it through your chart. So if you want to join me, link is below. There's more information on my website. So we can yeah, it's gonna start beginning of May. Oh, hi, misbehaving. Nice to see you. Welcome. So it's going to start, it's going to be May, June. It's going to last for 2 months. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, my newsletter, April forecast is already out, but if you don't want to miss the May forecast, please subscribe into my newsletter. It's on my website as well. And the third thing, I have like a big announcement. So I will be doing a lecture on Mercury and Pallas Athena for ISAR, that's International Society for Astrological Research, on June 15. I will put the link below where you can register. If you're a member of ISAR, it's going to be free for you. So I'm so excited to do this talk. It's called The Art of Strategic Thinking, Mercury meets Pallas Athena. So that's it from me today. Like a lot of things are happening. Welcome, everybody. So let's start talking about this full moon. First, logistics. This full moon is happening on April 12th or 13th, depending on where you live in the world. For Eastern time, it's going to be 8:22 p.m. It's at 23 degrees and 20 minutes Libra. So for all of you who have any placements, planets, or angles, ascendant, descendant, midheaven, I see between 20 and 26 of the cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorns. This will definitely be more personal and more important for you. So have that in mind. Also, because this is a full moon, we need to kind of go back to where this lunation family started. And this is related to the new moon that happened on October 14th, 2023, at 21 degrees Libra. So think what happened around that time, mid to late October 2023. Is there something that you started that now it's coming to fruition? Also, the first quarter was July 13, 2024. And the last quarter of this, the lunation family, is going to end on January 10th, 2026. So these are the technicalities. Think about where you at, what's happening in your life, what area of life. Also, I want to mention the Sabian symbols. I'm not really into them in the sense that they're my go-to thing, but I always like to look at them for lunations. And the reason why is they give us a little bit of a different perspective on how to look at things. They're not all black and white all the time. So for this lunation, so that's for Libra from 23 to 24 degrees, the Sabian symbol is third wing on a left side of butterfly. It's interesting. So butterfly, has 4 wings, but in this vision for this one, on one side, the butterfly has 3 wings. So it's all about the journey of discovery of our own uniqueness. And I love this because it's always Libra, Aries is about how to be ourselves within relating to others. This symbol also tells me, do we want to showcase our uniqueness or we want to hide it? I think it's time to show. I think it's time to show how unique we are, and because we are. Remember the DNA, we have all different DNAs, all different fingerprints. So we are unique. And it's time to showcase, like this whole eclipse season that happened, and the last year and a half we had all these eclipses in Aries and Libra, really showcasing this this motion that where we need to go. So it's also exceptional facility of consciousness. I'm just reading what I read on internet. You can also Google if you're interested more into Sabian symbols. So it's unusual level of spiritual awakening, and it can be achieved by serious seekers who then become the seeds of a general evolutionary step. So this is exactly how we're going to change our futures, by being our unique selves, and we all can contribute, right, with our unique things. Okay, those are just a few things that I wanted to mention. Full moons, I have to repeat this every time because it's important that we kind of understand that a full moon is the fruition of something that started before, and new moons we can kind of relate to ourselves and start something new by ourselves. But when the full moon comes, it's because it's opposition. It's when moon is opposing the sun. Sun is currently in Aries, and moon is in Libra, so they're opposing each other, and it's always about involving other people, right? So it's about either we projecting to others or how we relate to others, or we need to. Full moons usually involve others, and things that are occurring and are all kind of have others involved in it. Okay, so this moon in Libra, we need to kind of understand what does this moon want. Moon is about our needs, our sense of security and safety. It's where we feel nurtured. It's where we feel safe and secure. So for Libra, it is utmost important that there's peace and harmony. And Libra moons really feel secure when there is no fighting, no aggression. They need that peace and quiet and harmony, right? For Libras, it's also important to be liked and loved, to be acknowledged for their beauty. We won't dismiss that as well. It's about beauty. It's about diplomacy and negotiation. So finding that common ground, finding that compromise. So how can we blend this with being authentic? Isn't that the whole point of an issue here, right? Because Sun and Aries, he's the first, he's the best, he does what he wants. It's a yang energy, and this yin energy is moon. It's more. So Sun is more assertive, and moon is more receptive, right? So that's why we always with this Libra and Aries connections, it's always hard to stay true to yourself and be in peace, because it's Libra moons in general. They really avoid conflict. They feel very emotionally disrupted and agitated when there's a conflict. But sometimes we need to go and have those hard conversations. We don't have to fight. It's always about, we feel how the other side, because Libra is also about other side. So how is the other side going to react if I tell my truth, if I tell my, what I really want, right? We want to be loved, and we don't want to be dismissed. We don't want to be rejected, right? It's also about depending on others, not just. I guess it's like an emotional dependence on others, of others giving us that attention that we need. Okay, so Libras are afraid to speak up because they want to lose something, but it's now, like in these occasions when we have these full moons in Libra, it's a great opportunity to feel that, do we really want to have people in our lives that are not accepting us as we are, that are not acknowledging, do we really want to back our bones so much that we lose ourselves in it? So that's the question here. And if people are, it's on them how they're going to react when you tell them. It's not about you. So that's very important for Libras in general, but for this moon particularly, that if somebody reacts to your truth and to your peace and to your diplomacy and compromise in a way that you don't like it, you don't have to be there. You say thank you and goodbye. But that's sometimes very hard for Libras, right? But it's necessary. And I think this full moon is also kind of connected with that. Why? So I'm going to pull up the chart, and I'm going to talk about this full moon in a... Okay, there you go. So this is the full moon chart. Disregard the house placements. I put it for Aries 0 degrees, so it's like for the whole world. First of all, let's talk about this down here. So elements and modes tell us about the temperament of this full moon. So as we see, it's a lot of water and a lot of cardinal energy. So that means that cardinal energy is driven energy. It's energy that wants to act, wants to do things. It's action oriented, but it's a lot of water. So there we are action oriented, driven by our emotions. Nevertheless, Libra is an air sign, and Sun is fire sign. They're involved in this lunation, but the general feeling of the combined planets in the sky is very cardinal water, very Cancerian. So it's very protective, very defensive. We kind of, we're going to fight for our families, for where are we coming from. We want to kind of defend that. We don't want to dismiss it. So that's the general feeling of this lunation. So think about finding peace and harmony, maybe between our past, where are we coming from, and where are we going. Maybe we need to find some harmony and balance between our childhood and our parents and our relationships with them, and our families today, and how we imagine the family, how we imagine that the perfect family should look like. So there's another sense of that as well. Mars is ruling the Sun, okay, and Mars is in Cancer. So there is this drive. So what drives this Sun? Mars in Cancer. So it's driven by emotion. It's driven by the mood they're in. It's driven by, as I mentioned, by the history. Where is it coming from? And it's still out of bounds. So don't forget. So Mars is out of bounds until April 7. It's not going to be for this full moon. Excellent. I forgot. This is the 12th. Excellent. Great. So that's good news. It's not out of bounds. So it's kind of more in control. So that's very good. Moon is the whole point of this lunation is the moon. And moon is ruled by Venus. And Venus at that particular day, before she goes direct, she's stationed in Pisces here. So when planet is a stationed planet, it's more powerful. So imagine, so this is what I heard, and I think it's excellent. This is from Kim Farley. So when planet, imagine you have a candle lighting that is lit, okay? So you go with your hand over the fire. So it goes direct, and it goes retrograde. So a little bit, you can feel it a little bit. But when it stations, imagine your hand stands on that fire. It hurts, right? Because it's not, so that's the stationary planet. So we can really feel it. So this Venus in Pisces, we can really feel it. And she's ruling this moon. So what is our desires? Our desire to have peace and harmony is going to be driven by Venus in Pisces, and we love that, but it's very, very strong. Venus loves to be in Pisces. She's more compassionate, more kind, more empathetic. So we are going to be driven by those kind of emotions, but it can also be clouded by unrealistic expectations. It can be clouded by being overly romanticizing situation, by not seeing the things as they are. So again, it's a very emotional moon. And although it's in Libra, this lunation is very emotional. And on the other side, we have Chiron, almost exactly conjunct the Sun, like 19 minutes apart. And Chirons are our deepest wounds. It's where we cannot heal. So there is something about our identity that will be seen here, showcased, um, that we need to confront. Again, going back, because the wounds are coming from our past. That's why I think this is even harder. So, although this lunation doesn't seem that hard, and when you see it, kind of, I feel it is, and I'll tell you again why. Look at that. So we have Sun and Moon, as I mentioned, full moon opposing, and they're making both squares to this Mars. So we need to be able to access, in a healthy way, our willpower. It can be really like passive aggressive kind of a feeling. So find a healthy expression with this, how to balance our wants and our needs, because I feel that people are going to be very defensive, I froze again. Excellent. Very defensive, very protective of where they're coming from, what is happening in the situations, right? So that could be a situation here. I'm sorry. When I get frozen, anyway, I apologize. Yeah. And I kind of lose you when I stop talking. Okay. Connect. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be good. Live TV. This is when you have live TV. Okay, so that's it. So that's my point on this lunation. It's I think we will want to do something. It's not going to be easy. I think we really want to actually act on some things, not just let them go this time. Okay. Mars in Cancer, and especially because Mars in Cancer was in Cancer since last fall. Remember, he went retrograde. We had this Mars in Cancer for so long, and this is finally kind of like a conclusion of his journey in Cancer. Yeah. Okay. So what are we fighting for? What do we want to achieve? How are we going to remain peace in the conflict situations? I think the solution, because it's very emotional, the solution is to kind of go on a more empathetic and compassionate and sympathetic ways. I think with Saturn being just near Venus, it can be very harsh. Saturn is a reality check. So this Saturn-Venus combination can, on a positive side, bring some structure in dealing with the situations. And Saturn and Mars are in a good position together. So there is a sense of being able to bring some order and have a constructive conversations and constructive solutions. That's on a good side. On a bad side, with Venus and Saturn together, it can be about self-doubt, self-criticism, like feeling that we are not good enough, and that we cannot resolve this, that we are not strong enough to do it. But don't forget, Venus is stationing, so she's very strong. We're going to feel it a lot. Maybe find a creative solutions to the problems you have. Okay, maybe there are solutions in your past, maybe from your experience. You can find some solutions from your previous situations in your life. That can be also an option. North Node is not far away still, so we still feel like ecliptic feeling. It's not 100%, but it's still kind of, we still in a sense here. That it's something that it's meant to be, that it's something that we need to do now or never feeling. So that's the calling for this. People will say it's not that bad at the first glance, because Venus is healthy, she's ruling the moon, but there's this Mars involvement, and with Mars, he's He's not very aggressive in Cancer, but he can be passively aggressive. So just be aware of emotional blackmails, of stuff like that could happen around these days. When people put you in a situation that you need to make a decision and you're not ready, right? Libra moon is not, it's not very decisive. It's very indecisive moon. So it needs time to weigh things, to see what is fair. And we can be pushed into, like, if you really love me, you would do this, or those kind of feelings that can be in this lunation. Yeah. So if you, or for example, I did this for you, and you're so mean to me. So we can sense that. Again, there's not much earth and not much fixed energy, so it's very unstable, right? There's no stability, there's no groundedness. So we need to find a way to ground ourselves, and and a lot of decision during this full moon can be made by our moods, by our emotional state at a moment, by our environment and surroundings. And it can be very dangerous, because aftermath can be really hard. Like, oh my God, why did I do it? And then you regret it. Okay, because there's no balance between groundingness and just. You can use intuition, so that it's always a get-go, especially when a lot of water is in there. Use your intuition, listen to your intuition, listen to your instinct. What does your gut tell you if you come up? For the full moon, lots of things are coming to the light, right? The sun is shining the light on the moon, so many things are coming to the surface, things that we might don't want to deal with, are not prepared to deal with, are not ready to deal with. And avoidance is only going to make things harder later. So that's also something that you have to have in mind, okay? What I like here is that Venus and Mars are in a good connection, and they are ruling. Mars is ruling the sun, and Venus is ruling the moon, and they're in a trine, in a flowing energy. So and she's stationed, she's strong in Pisces. So she's stronger than Mars. So she will have the weight to go. So I think the moon is going to win. I'm funny. I'm talking about this as a competition because it's an Aries sun. So Aries loves competing. Okay. So I think if we weigh the things out, I think Venus and Moon is the winning team in this situation. So I think as long as we play the card of compassion and be kind to others, but also we need to stand up for ourselves. Sun with Chiron there to pass, to help us heal. That's the way. That's why we need to do it. Okay. Yeah, Mars is very active in this lunation. Look, it's making aspects to almost every planet. So very important, Mars. And yeah, I'm happy that he came into bounds just a few days before. So he's kind of more tamed and more considerate. Yeah, there's Jupiter is making a lovely trine to the moon. We always love that with Jupiter and moon. So that's another positive thing for, things can be, larger than light in a sense, because with Jupiter, it's always, too much, too big. But it's also giving us some optimism and this approach. With Jupiter trining this moon in Gemini, maybe you can choose between two approaches if you have a situation coming up. Maybe that's also a thing. I like that. Okay. So this is in general for this moon. Let me just go now through all 12 rising signs. Okay, let me take a break before I share the screen. Okay. Excellent. I hope everybody's doing okay. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Let's dive in. Aries. This is going to be all about your relationships. I'm going to put Mars here because it's important. This is definitely affecting your partnerships, your family, what is happening. I think this is your partner is coming it's going to be all about your partners and partnerships. So it's about romantic, business, clients. So if you actually, even if you have some kind of a lawsuit or court case, or something that you have going on in that sense, it can now come to end. Um, so that's also a situation. There can be situations when um, maybe there can be a breakup, and the reason I say it because Mars is involved. And Venus. Let's put Venus here because Venus is very important here as well. There you go. I feel that because you can be very impatient and you can just do things without thinking, and Mars is the ruler of you at this point. There can be some situations with your partners or with your family, even with your parents or people you grew up with, whoever was um, whoever raised you. Um, there can be situations coming from the past that you need to deal with. So that's number one for Aries. The strength comes from Venus, so from your uh, psychological strength, from your spirituality, actually. So it's not going to be visible. You won't able to feel. No, you're not going to be able to see. But I think if you lean into your intuition, um, and if you really lean into your intuition and instincts on how to resolve any type of conflict that might come up now, I think you're gonna win. Okay, so don't be rash. Try to think what will be the win-win situation for both parties, because this is going to definitely involve other people in your life. What is a win-win situation? Is there something that is really hurting you? Chiron is here. Where is Chiron? I'm going to put Chiron here. Is here with the sun. So there's maybe some kind of pain or hurt that you don't want to deal with, and you just want to resolve it fast, and maybe just it won't be like that. So it won't be resolved fast. So to take a deep breath, see what your gut is telling you, and that's how you approach any type of issues and conflicts that you might have. And I think most of you will probably have some kind of situation that you need to deal with. Okay, think about the other side. Think about, you don't want to hurt anybody, so that's another thing. Think about, you don't want to hurt anybody. So um, in that sense, find, you know more find as assertive way, but with a compassion, but with compassion driving it, if that makes sense. Okay, so let compassion drive you in this war. um, yeah, it's going to be very important. It's going to be very interesting to see connections between who you are, how within relationships, and all these situations that might come up. Good luck, Aries. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. Yeah, so Venus is stationing for this lunation, and stationed Venus is ruling you, coming from the 11th house. That's very interesting. So what can come up with this, because the sun is shining, the light on the moon is something at your workplace, something your health related. Are you checking on your health? What is happening there? Maybe if you have a pet, maybe something with your pet, something with your daily obligations as well. What do you do on everyday basis? That can be very impacted. Who you work with, who you have contact with every day. And Mars is in the third house, so there's going to be definitely debates and arguments, I feel, with those people. And the strength comes from having a compassionate friend. Venus is in the 11th house of friendships. So I think the strength comes is if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel that you have to deal with situations that you don't want to, that it's doing something to your psyche, or you feel psychologically or mentally exhausted, find a friend who you can talk to help you to go through these situations. That's what I feel. Yeah, so there will be also some issues with your vehicle, with your siblings, with your neighbors. It's a good also time to maybe write a letter. If you have any type of conflict with anybody, I would suggest that you write a letter to them. Maybe you don't have to need to call them in that sense, but maybe it's going to be easier. Or if you have some kind of hurt from the past with somebody, to have closure. I think you're going to need some kind of closure to regain peace in your everyday life, and to sleep better even. So if you need any kind of closures with anybody, write them a letter. You don't have to send it. Write it, burn it, make some kind of a ritual even if you want. But I think that might really help you with resolving maybe some suppressed anger that you have. If Taurus is all about throat and speech and telling the truth and speaking up. And with Mars in the third house, you might feel that you really need to do it now. Okay, but it needs to be done in a way that people will hear you. So maybe you write it down first. Maybe that's the way to do it. Not maybe say it, but write it. If that makes sense. I know you like say it first, but yeah, and a saving grace is definitely coming from a friend or a group, support group. If you're going through some tough situations, there can be a support group definitely helping you. So yeah, that's it for Taurus. I hope I'm going to be shorter today. I talk too much and then I repeat myself 7 times. So I'm going to try to be a little bit shorter today and more precise when I speak. Okay. So Geminis, I'm going to put Mercury here as well, just because it's your ruler. So Gemini is I think, yes, he is still in Pisces here. Okay, Geminis, this is something happening. Either your kid is going to be telling you a story. There's some situations with your children. Or if you are romantically involved with somebody, but it's not serious, yes, like if you're not married, but if you are in a relationship that is not committed, there might be something going on with that kind of partnerships. Or if you're dating, there might be situations with your dating. Or what are your hobbies or creativity? What's going on at that side? Something might come up. Yeah, what I feel here with Mars in the second house, it's also about establishing what your values are and how much are you willing to bend your values to be accepted by others. Or it can be a lot about are your values aligned with your creative projects, with what you do in life, with how with your friendships. So it's all about, are your values aligned? And I think also the second house is about money. So you might spend a lot of money on your kids, spend a lot of money on your friends, having that feeling of money will resolve all problems, which it will not. So that might be a feeling with you. Like, who cares? Money is just money. We might feel that you can pay some people off to have some peace and quiet. Not a good idea. So Venus is in the 10th house. So there is, maybe some situation. There's a connection between work. Maybe you want to combine your creativity and put more heart into what you do and how people see you and in your reputation. Yes, maybe you think you can resolve. I just have a feeling that maybe you think you can resolve everything with money with this lunation, and I don't think that's a solution. I think solution is where your heart is, what your heart desires, to be actually more compassionate towards yourself. Try to, yeah. It's very interesting. the sun is in the 11th house. So things are coming, those are your wishes for the future as well. So is there something that is hurting you from, that you didn't think about your future? Maybe it's time to look at your future as well and how you can, where are you going? Like have a reset, where you're coming from and where you're going. That's another thing. Anyway, just think about, yeah, that's it for you, Geminis. Okay, Cancers. So as I mentioned, all cardinal signs are more affected by this. And for Cancer, this is going to be also challenging because it's involving the home and work balance. And every lunation for Cancers is harsh just because it's important. It's their ruler. The moon is the ruler, but the moon is ruled by Venus. So it's a softer way. I think that you because you care so much and you have this nurturing side of you that you really like. You're a mother to all, helping everybody and being everybody's mother. So there may be a sense of that's going to actually work for you at this time. Don't forget, you might be also irritated and agitated with Mars in the first house, ruling and making a square to this lunation. So you really need to find a healthy way to express things. Don't go on the passive aggressive side. Don't emotionally blackmail others. Make sure that everything that you do from your heart. And yeah, this Venus in Pisces is in a ninth house. So are your actions aligned with your belief system? Are you coming from a good place? It's very important that you let go of all the expectations from others for these lunations. And I think, it's very hard for you because you always have that feeling, oh, I'm doing so much. It's for all water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios all have this tendency of, giving too much of themselves emotionally to others and then expecting something in return. But you can't, it's a lose-lose situation. There's, the more expectations you have from others, the worse you feel. So doing everything from the heart and not expecting anything, it's a lesson here for you, Cancers. And I hope you're going to find a healthy expression of your physical energy as well, to do something. Maybe to definitely start some spiritual practice. Venus is in the ninth house, so Venus and Mars are in a good place together for this lunation, as I mentioned. So they're talking to each other. So there might be a way to get what you want in a nicer way. Yes, there is things going on with maybe with your parents or with current family situations, maybe physically with your home. There are some things that you need to face. Maybe it's time to you decide you want to move your home as well, and now this is coming. Just I'm always afraid with Mars going through your first house, involving in some situations like this, that it's making you more more aggressive in a way, right? Because you want to do so many things, and if you don't do it properly or be calm about it, it can be really just going on a ramp. So that's the problem, so yeah, with Aries relations, we always have this situation that we might feel that we just want to fight for something, for ourselves, for somebody else, for whatever. So this is maybe also fight for yourself. Chiron is there. The wounds are going to be also involved, like how to heal and where to fight a healing. Solution is in your belief system here with Venus, and being more compassionate towards yourself, and having more understanding for others without jumping into conclusions as well. Okay, very important. This is going to be very important for you. Okay, Leos. Okay. I'm just thinking about Leos. This is a mental axis. This is Gemini Sagittarius axis. So it's all about how you communicate. You can be very proud in in the way you do things, yeah, and your ego can be really highlighted in everyday action. So in your communication style, so it's very important that you don't preach to others. This could be like a preaching moment, um, and just being, this is, I'm right, everything I say, that is, the only truth. That the way I, the way, so that can be kind of a thing here. Your communicating style is being uh, highlighted here, and to use this energy wisely, Mars is coming from the 12th house, so it's kind of hidden. So it's not, you're not kind of aware of how to healthy express this, how to healthy, in a healthy way, how to make this Mars work, because it's hidden in the 12th house. So the strength definitely comes from your gut feeling and intuition. Um, Venus is in the 8th, so there is some kind of depth. See, Venus and Mars are in the 12th, in the 8th houses, which are, the houses of um, kind of the hard houses, because we need to deal with something that we don't really want to deal with, or we don't know how to deal with them. And Chiron is with the sun, so there is definitely a need to deal with old wounds as well, and how to heal the old pains. um, I would definitely suggest some kind of um, esoteric practice, maybe, or a therapy session, or an astrology reading. um, yeah, I think maybe you're struggling to being heard, um, because you can come off as arrogant and know it all kind of an energy, and you don't understand why or how, or you're not aware of that. So bringing awareness, that can be very important. Maybe getting some knowledge, connecting with your beliefs, where you're coming from, and exploring the unknown can give some resolution here. And remember, Venus is stationing. um, Writing a journal, or definitely, because this is a full moon, maybe some things from the past will come up. Eighth house is also about ancestry traumas, and things that you don't know how to deal with. Mars is hidden in the 12th house, so there is a hidden strength within you. Sun is your ruler, and with Chiron for this one, you might really feel overwhelmed. Um, but Sun is in a good position, right? Sun is in rulership in Aries. He likes to be in Aries. Sun likes to be in Aries, so that's a saving grace. But I think you need to go deep for this, to maybe find the way. Something also with your siblings. How are your relationship with your siblings, your neighbors, your everyday commute? What do you do on around your neighborhood? Where do you go to get your groceries, or there's so many things that can happen, that you might feel that people don't understand you, don't hear you well. So there's a lesson here coming for this lunation, right? Yeah, very interesting. I would definitely lean into something, uh, something that you can raise awareness of yourself, of your being, of your identity, of who you really are. This is the point. I think you need to raise awareness, and this relation might help you with that, either through communicating with your siblings, or with a therapist, or journaling, or something like that. Okay, Virgos. Virgos risings. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, there could be some money situation coming up for this lunation for you. And yeah, so it's very interesting that how to think, how is your budget? What are you spending your money on? Are you spending money based on your value system? So usually we are driven, with the moon. Somebody said it, and I think it's beautiful. moon spends the money on the things they need to feel secure and like everyday things, that's driven. But for when Venus is spending money on our desires and our pleasures and luxury, so it's not the same motivation. And because this moon is ruled by Venus, I think for you this is going to be combined. So I think your motivation to spend money, you're going to feel that you need what you desire, but is that really true? That's another thing. Sun is also in the eighth house, so there's some psychological with Chiron there. It's about how much, it's about self-worth and how much you value yourself. And are you aligning your value system with money? Is it materialistic, or can values be something else? Very interesting. Mars is kind of coming from the 11th house. So there's going to be some situations, maybe some conflicts with your friends or people online or social media. Don't get into social media discussions and debates and arguments. It's going to psychologically drain you with the sun in the 8th house. Really, really. Venus and Mercury are in the 7th house, so lean onto the people, to one-on-one connections, people you feel that you feel safe with and secure. Yeah, I think it's also about your spending habits. This relation will be about your spending habits, and are they aligned with your self-worth and your value system? That's basically what I see. And people in your life can help you see, or you can reflect your values to others. You can see maybe what you value through interaction with others as well. Yeah, I like that. Mercury is still in Pisces, so everything is still blur. But you definitely lean into Piscean realm on the other side of you. You need to kind of let go of the control, of the worry, of the anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety about finances. You have to have faith that everything's going to be okay at the end. So about the money situation. So just having faith and going with the flow, but think how much money you spend and why, on what. And Libras, dear Libra. So this is definitely your lunation. Okay. Yeah, this is really hitting you. So the spotlight is on you. Sometimes you don't want to be the spotlight of everything, right? This will definitely, this section talks about, it's about you, your partner. Are you being you? Because the sun is in your 7th house. So are you being your true self? Are your partnerships aligned with your emotional security and needs? And this can also, I think, be happening more on the work side, on your work situation. Mars is in the 10th and Venus is in the 6th. So I think this is more going to be about work relationships, people you work with, in your managers. And I think this is going to be a work-related lunation, not a partnership one as usual. But there's still going to be push and pull with people you are working with. There may be some conflicts with them. So to find, remember, Venus is your ruler. She's stationing. She's very strong in Pisces, stationing in Pisces. So she is leading the way. So lean into compassion and kindness, and she's very soft in Pisces. So being soft can resolve situations, and how other side reacts is none of your problems. That's also very important for you to understand. How the other side reacts to you, it's not your problem. I think you're in a better position than the opponent if you are into some kind of arguments or discussion or situations coming up for this relation. I think you're in a better position. And yeah, I think you're in a better position. lean also into your intuition. Pisces is all about, leaning into something that it's not tangible, having faith and letting go of control. And usually, you like to also initiate things. You are still a cardinal sign, right? So you want to do things. It's a lot of cardinal energy here as well, right? For this lunation. So things are going to be set in motion. Things will happen. It's a square. So there's going to be something. But think what you want to accomplish. Think about the end goal for you. What do you want to, what do you want to, because the 10th house, when this conflict is, it's coming from, for your reputation. What do you want people to know you for? Okay. So this Venus can really help you figure out how to combine your career with your everyday obligations. Maybe it's not, maybe it's good that you actually are led by emotions this time, because you always think over, you can overthink things sometimes, but I think you're going to be more leaned into your inner self and let your inner voice guide you on these situations. I think it's going to be much better for you. Yeah, so just watch out for the situations at work, and remember, be true to yourself, and you are not responsible for other people's reactions. Okay, Scorpios. Also another Mars ruled sign. Okay, Scorpio. So it's time. Some things will come to surface. Some hidden things with the moon being in the 12th. So some hidden enemies might appear, or some hidden stuff definitely might come to the surface to see what do you need to learn. What do you need to learn from this? Because Mars is squaring all this from the 9th house. It can be definitely connected with the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life for you? Are situations aligned with your beliefs and your philosophies? Venus is coming from the 5th house, ruling this lunation, but Mars is your ruler, and there's a beautiful 9th and 5th house connections. I love that because it kind of Venus in the 5th is a beautiful way to be artistic, creative, spiritual, to expand your knowledge about something, to help you boost your creativity, to help you with ongoing projects. Yes, you might feel that you are lacking some knowledge, and you might feel frustrated, or you might feel that you don't have all the information that you need, but you're a very intuitive sign, so it's not about knowing, it's about feeling. This is also a health axis, this lunation, so think about how you can stay healthy as well, with the Sun and Chiron in the 5th house, in the 6th house of just health and everyday. You need to kind of find a balance, to find that your routines, that your routines are aligned with your needs, what your body needs, right? But those not just your body. Moon is in the 12th house. What does your mind want? What is your, what do you need to have psychological strength? There might be some things happening that you need to heal. So I would, if you have any occurring medical issues, please contact your doctor or practitioner, health practitioner. That's also very important. Yeah. I don't know if you maybe you just need a break and a vacation with Mars in the 9th house. Maybe the everyday life is so stressed, and you have so many, you're overwhelmed, you're burned out, you're doing so many things with the Venus in the 5th and the Mars in the 9th. Maybe it's just time that you go on vacation. If you can go for a longer period, this full moon, just a few days before and after, go on a weekend away or something. I think the moon will be the 12th is what day? The 12th is, yes, it's Saturday. It's literally Saturday. So I would definitely suggest that you take this weekend and go for a weekend away to reset your batteries. You're really going to need it. It's good for your health. And do something fun. Venus is in the fifth house. Go for a weekend to retreat. Do something fun that you make fun. This is definitely number one solution for this lunation. Don't stay home, Scorpios. Yeah. I think you can do it. It's necessary. It's like this is doctor's orders. Go for a weekend away, a road trip or something. Just go somewhere. Mercury is going to be direct already, and Venus is stationing, so she's going to be very strong. She's going to do something. You need to do something fun in your fifth house. Okay, Sagittarius. And you're ruled by Jupiter, and I'm going to put it here because Jupiter and Moon are making such a lovely a trine here. I think you're going to feel really, really good for this lunation. I think it's time to celebrate your friendships, your partnerships. I think it's time to celebrate your kids. Whatever you do, I think it's a celebration time for you. I love this full moon for you. Yes, it has Chiron here, so but there's a maybe there's a way, if you have kids, or through some creativity, or through some romantic things that you might do. There's some solution in that. Yeah, and Venus is in the fourth house, strong, so family connections. I love this lunation for you. Mars is in the eighth, not the best position, I know, and yeah, so that's but he's still making a lovely aspect to Venus. Can I draw lines? Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that! Oops, I never tried this before. Oh, look at that! And we have a lovely, oh, I can do two. Okay, nothing. Okay, disregard. Okay, I thought I could do more than one thick. I was going to say that Moon is making such a lovely aspect to Jupiter. And Jupiter is your ruler coming from the 11th. So this is such a beautiful energy of having fun with your friends or doing something nice. I know. I'm thinking, what this Mars in Cancer wants in the eighth house. I don't know. It wants to dig deep in your shadow work, and maybe this this trip or this. I would also go on a trip for you. I would just do something fun. Sun is in the fifth, ruling the ninth. Definitely, I would go also for a weekend away, just like Scorpios. For different reasons, but I think you need this because full moon is on the weekend. Just go and have a nice trip with family. Go somewhere with your friends or family. Have a party. Do something fun. I think this Mars in Cancer maybe wants you to face your family ancestry shadows, and maybe this trip can help you. Maybe you get some resolutions. Maybe a family reunion. Maybe. I don't know, maybe, Venus is in the fourth, ruling this moon. Maybe there is some family gathering you want to do. Maybe you want to initiate to resolve some issues. But I think it still might be fun. So it's a mix and match. For me, it's a mix and match. But I do feel that, if you go away and just change your surroundings, I think you need it. I think we had a really harsh first quarter of the year, and maybe this weekend getaway can really help you. It's time to shine. This is the full moon. It's time to shine. It's time to have fun. And as long as you keep this Mars in Cancer happy, and he might just be happy if you just go and have some fun with family or talk about some family stuff on this trip for a couple of hours. It doesn't have to be for a long time. But remember, Venus is so strong. Venus is much stronger than this Mars. She's ruling this lunation. So there's like a family, like friends who you feel that are family for you, that's go with them. Make it happen. You're very spontaneous. You still have time. There's 1 week to go, and to make plans for this weekend. I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna feel much better doing something. Yes, tell me if please, if you are a Scorpios or Sagittarius, please, if you went for a weekend and you had a good time, please let me know in the comments afterwards. I really would like to know, because I think both of you could really, really benefit from it. Okay, Capricorns, another cardinal sign that has this a strong impact. Where is here? Okay, I'm gonna put Saturn here. Strong lunations for cardinal signs, of course. Definitely about work and life balance as always, but let's give it a twist. So what does this Mars want? And I'm talking about Mars because it's making a hard aspect, right? With this lunation. So Mars in the seventh in a Cancer really wants to resolve all the issues with the partner, and or managers, and or people that are involved in your career. And I think this Mars also wants to protect you, wants to save you from some kind of loss or some kind of situation that you are not appreciating. So a moon is in the 10th house. It's your house. It's a house of success and achievements, and there's definitely going to be some lights shine on your achievements. If you worked hard, you will reap the rewards now, but they might involve maybe some conflicts, because people might not everybody might be happy because of it. There can even be a jealousy. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I think it might have with this Mars in Cancer coming from the Sun house. Yeah, from some other people. Venus is in the third strongly, so I think there might be a recognition for your work in a way that you maybe get a certificate. I know this is usually ninth house, but I just feel with the third house, with the Gemini house, there's a lot of so maybe you could get a verbal or written recognition, like you can get a certificate at your work, like for the best employee of the month or something. I'm just making it up, stuff like that. That can really happen at this situation if you worked hard, right? If you pull the work, yes, there might be some responsibility also coming from the home. Maybe conflicts will come from the home, but this is kind of your time to I think it's good. I think people, you can speak your voice, you can say how it is. Venus is in the third house, you can convey your message, and I think if you pull the hard work, this will be recognized now. Venus is stationed, she's strong. It's your 10th house, it's your house of achievement. Yes, definitely. If you might get, I won't say a promotion per se or a raise, I would just say a recognition in a sense, right? Like as I mentioned, like a certificate for the best employee of the year or something like that. So there's always, how salespeople, who's the the best sales person for this quarter or something like that. So that's, in a way, I feel that for this lunation, this bill might come up for you. Yeah, and I think people from your environment will appreciate it, and I think you're going to be recognized and appreciated. But not everybody will take this. Not everybody will be happy for you. That's all. If you can deal with that, that's what I just feel. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very important lunations for you. Very important. Okay. Aquarius. My Aquarius people. Okay. Okay, what is happening here? Oh, I like that Venus ruling this lunation is in your second house with your traditional ruler of Saturn. They're kind of together. Remember, I talked about in the beginning. So this can, and because she's stationed, she's so strong. she's stronger here than Saturn. So I think, your sense of self-worth will actually be good if you want it to. Remember, it's about perception. Um, you can, have low self-esteem and self-worth, but you can also have strong with this lunation. Because Venus is strong, and I think Venus is the winner here. So she like kind of overwhelmed, she kind of wins the feeling. And Venus in Pisces stationed is, being kind and compassionate, but towards yourself, especially in the second house. Okay, so you need to be kind of more nicer to yourself. Mars is also making a lovely aspects with both of his he's trining Venus and Saturn. I know he's creating the lunation, so there will be situations. Yeah, think about your health. Okay, so your physical body, your that might be a problem. So if you have any issues, please go see health practitioner. That's number one. When you could also be accident prone, just because it's full moon. Full moon, you go a little bit crazy. So just watch out for accidents. And I don't mean accidents. It can be lots of accidents. The sun is in the third house, but I feel like just using the knife in the kitchen, those kind of things. I feel when Mars is going through the sixth house, it's just cutting ourselves. So think about that. So just watch for those around those few days. I know it sounds funny, but this can happen. So Moon is in the ninth house. Moon in Libra in the ninth house. So there is definitely, I think, also if you go to school, if you're pursuing some kind of degree, you might get a certificate or diploma, or it's graduation time, or it's coming up soon. I know in May lots of people graduate anyway, so this is just before that, so that this might come as a recognition. I think the maybe you might feel some pain if people not understanding you, what you want to say, with this Chiron and the Sun in the third house. But Venus is ruling your ninth house, and I think it's time to expand, to move forward, to even if you decide that after school, or you want to go and live abroad for a year, this is maybe some kind of a decision coming up. Or even if you are already working, maybe you want to start working remotely from some other place in the world. That comes up to me. Because I think there's a need to connect, to expand and connect with others, to expand your mind. A huge need. Something that is aligned with your values. And you might also, to be more practical, you might spend some money on travel or book a travel during this full moon. So I think Saturn will help you to not overdo it. Maybe you find a good deal. So that might also happen. Yes, this is also a mental axis. So I think you're going to be more, because the whole day full moon is a lot of water, as I mentioned at the beginning. So it's a very emotional full moon, and I think you will try to figure out rationally what is happening, and sometimes you just won't be able to do it. So yeah, I think you need to maybe learn something, or satisfy your intellectual curiosity by travel, or I wouldn't per se. You might also travel. That might be also good for you. That is true. I just feel that you might overspend, and I don't think you have maybe the financial capacity at the moment. So that might be something that is stopping you, or maybe a health situation. Yeah. So that's another situation with you. Overall, I don't think this is such a bad lunation for you. I think you just need to watch for your health. Don't be smart and say, "Oh, this is nothing." You kind of need to look into it. and align your spendings and budget with your values. And yeah, interesting. I know this Chiron and Sun are in the third house, so there's just might be some kind of uh, issues with expressing your pain. I don't think you struggle anyway with talking about it, but maybe you kind of need to at this point to move forward. So just think about that. Okay. Okay, and Pisces, let's see what is happening for you. Okay, I'm gonna pull Jupiter here. Okay. Okay, dear Pisces. It's a lot of Pisces energy in the sky for this lunation. Remember, we have Venus, we have Mercury, we have Saturn, no more Neptune, and we have the North Node. Okay, so there's a lot of things in the Pisces for this lunation. It's a very watery lunation. I think because Moon is in the 8th house, you might just soak up so much of other people's pain, of other people. Chiron is with the Sun. I think you might feel overly compassionate, overly sympathetic, overly like you're gonna be like a sponge. You really need to find boundaries for this lunation. Because dealing, Moon is in the 8th house, and Venus is in the first. So it's definitely you dealing with your past traumas, your shadows. This can be emotionally difficult for you. Yeah, and it's a money house. It can be related money or self-worth as well. Mars in the 5th, squaring it. The issues, maybe there's some obligations towards your kids, or maybe they're emotionally draining you. You feel that you cannot be their emotional support, or just maybe from casual dating or boyfriends, girlfriends, not committed relationships, or maybe some creative stuff that you're working on is just draining you a lot. I feel this is maybe a little harder for you than for others, to be honest, just because there's a lot of Pisces energy, just because Moon is in the 8th. It's a hard position for the Moon, because it needs to go deep. It's very intense. So finding the boundaries and saying no, and thinking about how you can heal yourself. Venus is in the 1st house. So you are the solution to this problem. You need to find boundaries. You need to, really, now that when you raise awareness, which when you know that this is going to happen, just make sure that you just take time for yourself, those couple of days, that weekend, and just tell everybody to leave you alone. And because otherwise you're going to be so drained. So you kind of maybe need to do that. Tell everybody to leave you alone for the weekend, and have some. It's a lot of things are happening, in your 1st house, and it's still going to happen. Saturn is going to move in back, and we had Venus and Mercury coming 2 times. They were retrograde, so there's a lot of things happening with your home and your partners, that you had to revise. Also, deep shadow work and how you express yourself and communicate. So there has been a lot last couple of months, like this whole year, but last couple of months. And I just feel that you might taking on too much on yourself, and because you're very sensitive, you pick up a bunch of stuff, and then it's not good, right? So take time for yourself, take a deep breath. Your intuition is going to be so strong. You're going to feel everything too much. So please disconnect from news, from any type of negative inputs that can influence you. Yeah, a lot of, maybe some past traumas will come up, stuff that you don't want to deal with. And Jupiter is in the 4th house. There can be some hope. It's not that all that bad, but I want to emphasize a stronger for you, Pisces, because you're always compassionate, you're always kind, you're always think about others. This is definitely time that you need to think about yourself. Sun is in Aries. You need to think about yourself. There's a lot going on here. Maybe there's some kind of closure coming up, and you in the new start. You're going to start a new cycle soon. I feel you're going to be feeling much better when everything clears from your first house. This can be draining for your body, so you need to sleep more, rest more. I would just go for a wellness spa weekend just by myself. If I was Pisces rising, go book that. You can do that. That's very good. Or some shamanic workshops or weekend, like when you can have rituals with people who can help you, right, in a safe surroundings, when there's boundaries and when there's we can do some shadow work. I would definitely suggest that if you can do it. Okay, excellent. That's it, guys. I hope you find this useful and helpful for this upcoming full moon. It is not as bad, but not as good. I find it, it has a twist to be good. So it's just the way we make it. It's all about our perception. It's how we make this moon work. Thank you very much. I'm going to be back next week with Hannah. We're going to do music for all music genres for all signs. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to, yes, if you didn't sign up for my newsletter, you can do it on my website. Also, if you want to join me for my 8 weeks personalized astrology course, this is actually very good if you already have some astrology knowledge and you just want to apply it to your chart. It's going to be fun. It's going to be small group. So I already have full half of the people signed up. So I'm still just taking a couple of people. And also, I'm going to be a speaker for ISAR, International Society for Astrological Research. I'm going to do a talk on Mercury and Pallas on June 15th. If you're a member of ISAR, it's going to be free for you. If you're not, you can still sign up and just for my talk. I'm gonna put the link below. That's it for me now. Of course, if you want to book a reading, if you need some guidance, I'm also available. I'm gonna be offering some new things soon. After Mercury and Venus go direct, I'm gonna have some new offers as well. So stay tuned. Have a great weekend ahead. Have a great full moon.